situation?
Same place we were last week. Same situation.
Do you anticipate kind of both those guys getting opportunities?
Yeah, it's been working for us. So
How do you determine, which guy and when, and how much of it does it have to do with Dory on the defensive side there?
yeah, a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Depending on the situation, you go for a 9-ball. You know what I mean? Like we'll just kind of play it by ear as we go along.
With the one that Richie was back, was that because it's backed up by the goal line? He's a little more experienced doing that recently.
Exactly.
Did you like his decision?
Yeah.
With Jamie Gillen, if he has a tough day, how much do you coach him up on technique, or does a specialist figure it out themselves?
No, I mean, it's kind of a mutual deal. If that happens, we talk about it and go from there. Anytime these guys are really good at what they do, you don't want to overcomplicate things, and you don't want to have him to have a lot of things in his mind. You want to be able to take the muscle memory that he creates every single day and to be able to make the adjustment and go for it. So we're not going to discuss, 19 different things on the sideline. So he's out there. It's like when you're standing over your tee shot, you've got 95 different swing thoughts, right? Because we're all like that, right? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to overcomplicate it. Just make the adjustment, figure out what it is, and just keep moving.
Why do you think he's been so inconsistent trying to place those balls, at that point?
I think some of the things we're doing, probably trying to do too much, but just going back to the basics, being able to hit a clean ball down inside the 10 without trying to do anything fancy.
You guys passed, I guess, twice kind of on those around the 57-yard range, going in that direction. What did you think of? How much of that was like the wind? Or you didn't think you could? That was a little deep at that point.
Yeah, it was the wind. When you look at the goalpost, it went from, maybe 5 miles an hour to 15, 20 at some point. The goalposts were doing this at one point, down on that end. So you just have to. You gotta, as you're moving and the game's being played and temperature changes, you got to be able to make the adjustments. And we felt like going in that direction probably wasn't a good decision to go for a 57-yard field goal.
How much do you worry about conditions as it gets to this time of year for your kicker? And is there anything you can do about it as a coach to talk to him, or just what you want to do?
Just practicing it. Like today's going to be a beautiful day to practice in it. We're going to have probably 15, 20-mile-an-hour winds. It's supposed to be like that on Sunday, gusting to 30. So you're just practicing it. You get used to being in that environment. So once you get in that environment, it's not a big deal because you've worked at it.
Do you feel like this place is maybe an advantage for you because it has that mystique of, oh no, I'm kicking in Giant Stadium / MetLife Stadium?
Right. No, I truly believe that. Just playing in the Northeast, when you bring a team in from out of town that's not used to being in this environment, and you're playing in the Northeast in November and December, I think it's a distinct advantage for you.
Were you surprised they kicked onside the first one, or obviously ready for it, but were you a little surprised in that situation?
We anticipated it. That's kind of why we took the timeout. But it depends. Like you're always anticipating those next moves. Trying to play chess, not checkers, and I think we handled it the right way.
When you guys sent Graham out for that 49-yarder, had the wind died down, or are you just confident in him in that situation?
We were confident in him in that situation. It's a little bit closer. The difference between that, a 49-yarder and a 57-yarder, 56-yarder, is a big difference. So that was more inside the line that we were thinking. And no, we got full confidence in Graham.
Is this a different practice week for your unit, considering how much trickery the Lions?
Yeah, you always got to be alert for that type of stuff, and we talked about it today in the meeting, just always being on guard, we always talk about staying ready, And that's something that we literally have to do this week, because at any point in time, you know, Dan's real aggressive. And at any point in time, you can get a surprise onside kick, you can get a fake punt. So, yeah, we'll work on that stuff this week, and we got to stay ready for it.
Wind conditions and distance, how much is that maybe changing throughout the game versus like what you kind of go into the game? Like, you know, you said it's going to be those 30-mile-per-hour gusts. Is that something like Graham is like, this is what I want to kick, this is my distance?
Definitely. But it's always, like you said, it's always fluctuating. You know, like at the beginning of the game, we had a certain line going in each direction we felt pretty good about. But as the game started to play and the weather started to change a little bit, we had to make the change on the run. So you make those adjustments. You know they're going to come at some point in time during the game, and just make the adjustments, keep moving.
Did you overlap with Khalif Raymond here? You did, right?
Yeah, he was here my first off season, and actually played preseason game against the Jets. Had a pretty good game against the Jets.
What do you see from him?
Oh, he's special. Khalif is, you know, his short area quickness is off the charts, and he's super, super dangerous. So we got our work cut out for us. You know, he's done a lot better job of since he was a rookie, you know, catching balls and being able to, his ball security. And he's gone, you know, he had those growing pains early, but he's figured it out now, and he's done a really good job for him.